Ricky Gervais once told the award show crowd, "Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world." There are celebrities that say, "How dare you? We're citizens with just as much right to speak out." Agreed, you absolutely do. I'm just saying, don't. It's having the opposite effect of what you want. Every big name in show business came out for Kamala Harris, from Oprah to Clooney to Beyonce, and she lost every swing state. A survey of Ohio voters found Taylor Swift's endorsement actually had a negative impact, with 24% saying it made them less enthusiastic about her as a candidate.
Come on.
Read the room, Democrats. Celebrities aren't helping. And why would they? In a country where the big issue now is affordability, outside of, I don't know, Springsteen and a few others, celebrities don't strike people as relatable or in touch. And what their activism mostly activates is eye rolls.
Good afternoon, people. Well, they're at it again. Puke Springsteen, Jane Fonda, now Molly Ringwald, John Lizagamo, and who else? Oh, Lady Gaga. It's really nice. You're on stage in another country and you're putting your own country down on stuff you know nothing about.
Yeah, a few days ago, we saw how Don Lemon was picked up. He was covering the Grammy. Like you can see here, they gave him a standing ovation after he was arrested just a few hours ago. That should tell you a lot about Hollywood people and some of these celebrities. If you watch keenly what B said on that video, that is the truth. A lot of these celebrities believe that they have upper hand. They can give political opinions. And I'm glad that Democrats are calling it out the way they should. At some point, Kamala Harris thought she would win the elections after bringing these people together, thinking their 100 millions of followers on social media was all she needed. But that doesn't actually work like that. If Democrats can learn from that experience, they will never. You have seen Hollywood celebrities and some of these musicians coming out to talk down on Trump about this issue of ICE. That is what I've seen within the space of 2 weeks now.
I mean, I'm thinking back to the very first big story I covered for Fox News, which was the Duke lacrosse fake case. We were all over Durham. We found the accuser. No one else had found her. She was not being named by the press. We found her name. We found where she lived. Nobody knew. It was in this very sketchy neighborhood. We were told by the cops not to go there, but we did anyway. In other words, they were worried for our safety, but we went into the neighborhood anyway, and we found her house. She was in it. We knew she was in there. Do you think I would have loved to go in there with my photog and get a picture of her on camera? You bet I would have. Why didn't I? Because it's not legal. That's private property. And when I put it to you in terms of a person's home, it's very easy to understand, right? Of course you can't do that. If you were in the middle of a news story, could CBS News come through your front door and photograph you? Could the New York Times? Of course not. Why? Because that's your private property and they don't have permission. So that's just one reason you can't do it. It would be trespass. It would be a criminal act of trespass. And every news organization, every single one out there right now that's saying, this is an outrage, she did nothing wrong, absolutely knows this, but they are ignoring it. But Don Lemon is in so much more trouble than that, because he did not just trespass into somebody's private property, which a church is, absolutely is. He did not have an invitation to be there, and he trespassed. He made the colossal blunder of doing it into a house of worship in the middle of a religious service. That was a colossal blunder, because now you're talking about rock solid rights that the churchgoers have under the Constitution and under federal statutes, not to be bothered while they're worshiping. And Don Lemon is either too stupid or too rude to know that. Okay? He either was too dumb to check with his very famous, very well-paid lawyer, Abby Lowell, before he did this colossally stupid thing, or he did know and he flouted the law intentionally. Either way, he's in a ton of trouble, because you do have a constitutional right to worship in peace, and you have a statutory right to do it under the FACE Act and the Klan Act, for that matter. All right? So he messed with the wrong group of people. I would have been in trouble had I gone into Crystal Mangum's house.
You know, no matter how you struggle to explain this to a Democrat, they will never make us they understand what you're talking about. If you look at what is happening now, it's like Don Lemon is a victim. Oh, he's being targeted. Oh, journalists are being targeted. This is what I see on social media right now concerning this issue of Don Lemon. I don't know. I really want people to be honest. When somebody does something like this, we should be able to call it out honestly without, playing politics. Reason, I actually love what Bill Maher said on that video. Saying just what I expected him to do. When you look at the way they are actually behaving right now with Don Lemon, it's like he's a hero. Trump put out a tweet like Don Lemon did not have viewers. He actually loved what just happened to him. Yeah, because now he wants to draw the attention to himself for people to start watching him. But I don't believe that people should actually struggle to cover this whole topic like the way the mainstream media is doing it. I understand Don Lemon is a journalist. Doing this in a place of worship is actually worse than any person can imagine. Let's just forget that laws don't exist. Yeah, allow people to worship when they end the service. Stand outside, target them, do whatever they want to do. Not inside. Don't interrupt them. It doesn't look good. Yeah. I'm saying in cases where there are no laws like this FACE Act, Meghan Kelly is talking here. Don Lemon went on to the Grammy gala night. This is exactly how they're doing now. They gave him standing ovation. Why? Because they look at this case in a different light. They don't see like he did something wrong. That is where I have issues with some of these people. I want to appreciate people supporting me, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. I will continue to report, showing you the truth, no matter what.
When this is all over and Trump is gone and Democrats are back in charge and we're rebuilding everything, the punishment for MAGA for voting Trump 3 times needs to be that they lose their internet access for 4 years.
I look at that video. I don't see both sides in a dogmatic.
The Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother.
Babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be off them damn phones and watching me.
Thank you, everyone. I'm a little in shock about that.
Maduro.
Let your hatred and
Sit this one out.
Well, these guys.
There you go.
$1,500. Let's see if they get the.
Well,
I want to see them get.
MAGA's going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Robin.
Considered either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You and your husband were friends with Robin Michelle Reiner, and
everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect. A tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on his own. In one instance, she said,
"We should have said nothing."
The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When people ought to have,
absolute horror.
Hi, Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy.
There is a quota system.
Donald Trump has a new celebrity friend. I don't know if you've seen this, but her name is Nicki Minaj.